Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Puma Margato, the cat that hands you your title fight back. And to my left over here is the main man, Jesus De Niro, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly Antilles, brother, and spicier content than your girls' only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, as my man here said, we have a light heavyweight championship title fight between Alex Pereira and Khalil Roundtree. Listen, despite everybody hating on this because everybody wanted Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev, I want that too. I think this is going to be a good fight. Listen, Khalil Roundtree brings enough striking ability to the game to where he can actually be a problem for Alex Pereira. Now, don't get me wrong. We all know Alex Pereira has two different titles in a completely separate MMA faction. Then he has the two titles that he obtained here in the UFC. So he is quite skilled in what he does. Striking game. Very top-notch kickboxer. He has that been for a very, very long time. So listen, I'm not here to tell you that I think Khalil Roundtree is going to go in there and demolish Alex Pereira. By no means. I think it's going to be a good fight. I do think in the end Alex Pereira is going to be the winner. But I don't think that this fight getting the hate that it's been getting is really deserved. Again, Khalil Roundtree is a good striker, and I do think that given his good power, given he's a good striker, he can bring some danger to the game. He could really upset the division. Think about it. If he beats Alex Pereira, how many people are going to be pissed? They're like, oh, you should have made the fight with Ankalaev. Oh, you should have done this. Oh, you should have done that. Oh, look, you threw him what was supposed to be an easy win, and, blah, 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 blah. Listen, let's keep it a buck here. I know one of the reasons, which is a valid reason that people are mad, is because Khalil got busted for some PEDs and he was suspended and blah, 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 not that many wins. I get it. I get all the reasons why people are hating on this match. At the same time, listen, I think it's a good match. I think it's a good warm-up before he faces someone as good as Ankalaev. And listen, I see it in boxing all the time. Generally speaking, the champion will have a good match against a good ranked opponent, which he did. His most recent fight against Yuri Prohaska, he was a highly ranked opponent, very skilled, very good, and he beat him. So now he's taking what we would call a tune-up fight, Khalil Roundtree, before he faces a big contender like Ankalaev, which I do want to see that. So I think people hating on this match as much as they are, I think it's just people just hating, people just looking for reasons to be mad. But I think it's going to be a great fight. And listen, as much as people don't want to admit this, I see so many people boo when people are wrestling on the ground or jiu-jitsu is being employed like it isn't MMA. So I think it's weird that people are wanting a clear wrestler like Ankalaev to go up against Pereira, because the reality of it is are you guys going to be that happy if all Ankalaev does, which is what he should do, is wrestle the entire match and he doesn't let Pereira get up one time? People are going to be mad and people are going to complain, oh, is that really fighting? About all the dumb stuff that people say, which is weird because it's mixed martial arts. But look, it is what it is. It's going to be a good fight in my opinion. I'm looking forward to some good striking action. More than likely a knockout by somebody. I think it's going to be good. What do you think about that, my man?
Listen, when I tell you that Khalil Roundtree is absolutely a dangerous opponent, especially when it comes to the striking game, especially when he's up against his opponent from a mid to long range distance from his opponent. However, there is one dangerous short game, hell, even a short-sightedness by Khalil Roundtree that he doesn't seem to ever want to fix. And to be honest, I think it's a bad habit. I think, to be honest, if Pereira exploits it, it's going to be an easy win. And it's a very weird one, especially coming from a striker. This man doesn't like grapples like at all. Like no clinches, no takedowns. Even if he gets something from takedown offense that he's able to actually get a dominating position onto his opponent, the man lets it go. The man lets it go like a child not wanting to eat their vegetables for dinner. And it's weird because look, I think it was in the fight against Corey Hendricks. I can kind of see it. Corey Hendricks is a Greco-Roman wrestler, if I recall correctly. So I mean, understand against a known grappler, like grapples would be a bit of an issue for him. But the man also got took down by Johnny Walker from like a collar and elbow clinch like this was like WWE in like the first 5 minutes of a match. This man got knocked out from an elbow by Johnny Walker. Like, this man hates like grapple so much, he's getting taken down by Johnny Walker from a simple clinch. So for a kickboxer like Alex Pereira, honestly, a clinch should be bread and butter for a kickboxer or a boxer. Hell, like knee strikes to the midsection, like, again, that's bread and butter for a kickboxer. And the fact that like any sort of grapple at all is just a very, very weak spot for somebody like Roundtree, somebody that's a striker that should be employing more and more of those, and he avoids it like the plague. I think this would be, especially for somebody like Alex Pereira that's been giving notions that he's been wanting to practice more of his grappling game. I really do think this would be a tune-up, but I think it'd be more of a tune-up for something that Alex Pereira isn't super well known for, hell, at all, would be the grappling. If he wants to up his grappling, like, this is the perfect opponent you should do it against. This man is absolute dog shit on grapples. If you want to practice your stuff on a grand stage like that, Roundtree is the absolute perfect opponent to experiment with this, because again, this man folds under pressure under grappling situations. So if you want to start practicing all your grapples and all that, Pereira should absolutely do it and start doing it with Roundtree.
You know, that's actually a pretty good point. If he does want to get a little bit of practice in, this might be the perfect situation to do it in. Again, they're both strikers, so, you know, ideally, you know, you could experiment, like you said, a little bit. Maybe work some things out, see what works, see what doesn't, and kind of get a little saucy with it. I think it's a good matchup. It's definitely a good time to experiment. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's going to take him too far, given how good of a wrestler Ankalaev is. So even if you were to, you know, be like, oh, I could do this better, I could not do that, so on and so forth, I don't know if it'd get him too much, just because, again, how much of a high-level wrestler Ankalaev is. But listen, you know, you got to start somewhere, right? You gotta get some practice in somewhere, especially in a truly competitive situation, because, you know, sparring will only take you so far, but really getting in there and with someone that actually wants to take you out, definitely a little bit of a better situation to get a little bit of practice in. So I completely agree with you on that. Listen, again, either way, it's going to be a good fight. I definitely advise everybody to tune in. So we'll see how it goes. I definitely expect a knockout. I am leaning Alex Pereira, obviously. But, yeah, listen, we'll see how it goes. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.